guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is India Alexis. Welcome back to another video. I was doing some reflecting, and believe it or not, I have literally been living in Charlotte for 3 years now. Like, time has flown by. Like, this is crazy. I honestly didn't think I was even gonna be here a full year, but I've been living here for 3 years now, and I was doing some reflecting yesterday, and I was like, honestly, that was probably one of the best decisions I could have ever made in my entire life. For my character development, story, my plot, whatever people say, like, it was probably one of the best decisions I ever could have made in my life. And I'm probably just being dramatic, but if you're interested to learn why I say that, stay tuned. All right, so if you're new to the channel, or you're a new subscriber, or you're just stumbling across this video, I'll give you a quick little rundown of how I even ended up here. So I was born and raised in Long Island, New York. I moved down to Charlotte, North Carolina in 2021 because right after COVID, so late 2020, early 2021, my job at the time was requiring that we go back into the office, and I could have picked any office like across the country because I was remote. So I picked Charlotte, didn't know anything about Charlotte, didn't know anybody here, never even visited the city, but I just picked Charlotte and decided to move here and start my job here. So that is why I moved down in 2021. And I've been here ever since. My first year here was so very uncomfortable. I didn't know anybody. I barely had any friends. I hated the South. Coming from New York, I was like, it's too slow. These Southern people talk too slow. Like, there's nothing to do here. You gotta drive everywhere. There's no deli that I can walk to get anything. Like, there was nothing. Honestly, it was a very big culture shock, and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna be here for this year, and then I'm moving back home. Like, I'm done. But about 6 to 7 months in, I was like, all right, let me decorate my apartment. I like living on my own for the first time. I started to meet people. I started to go out and experience different things in Charlotte. So I was like, all right, let me give it another year. And fast forward 3 years, we still here. All right, so the first reason why I say moving away from my hometown in my early 20s, I moved here when I was 22, 23. Honestly, I don't know. Time has just been flying. Is the greatest decision I ever could have made because it forced me to be uncomfortable. Like, I literally had no choice but to figure it out. Growing up, I was very introverted. I had my same group of friends since elementary school, and then I had my same group of friends during college. Like, I was really never forced to branch out and like do different things and learn to make friends all over again until I got here. And let me tell you, making friends as an adult when you have a full-time job, you know, you have bills and other things going on, is very, very, very hard. I feel like you have to be very intentional when looking to make friends and putting yourself out there, because making friends as an adult is hard. So like at that time, late 2021, I met people through Instagram, met people through mutual friends. So when I started to meet one person, they would introduce me to their group of friends, and then their group of friends would introduce me to another group of friends. I would meet people just like out and about. I've met people through church. I've met so many different people through so many different avenues at this point. And if I was still living at home, I wouldn't feel the need to do that because I wouldn't be lonely. So that was what really forced me to be uncomfortable and get outside of my comfort zone because I was lonely. I didn't know anybody. I only had two choices. I stay cooped up in the house, be sad and lonely, and reminisce on the time that I had in New York, and figure out how I can establish a life here. The second reason why I think this has all just been like a really good experience for me is I discovered who I am as a person, who my name is India Alexis is. And when I say I discovered who I am, I'm really talking about I discovered who I am as a person outside of my parents, outside of the way that I grew up, outside of what my parents wanted for me growing up. Like, I just discovered myself, what I like, the things I like to do, my hobbies, how I want to govern my life for myself. Like, I just feel like I had so much freedom here to figure out exactly what I want for my life and how I want to live my life. When I moved here, I discovered like all of my hobbies, like what I actually really love to do. I love to create, and not only just like create content, but I love all things creative. I love to decorate, but I like putting outfits together, and it's just like moving here gave me the space to have like a creative outlet in a place that I could afford, because I was never ever gonna afford to live in New York by myself. Like, that was probably never gonna happen. New York is just obviously just way too expensive to live in by yourself, but that's beyond the point. But I just really discovered like who I am as a person, my hobbies, what I like to do, outside of what my parents, wanted for me. And I'm not saying like I moved here because I wanted to get away from my parents. They were driving me crazy. No, I am so appreciative of the way that my parents raised me as a young woman on how to like govern my life. Like, I'm the person I am today because of them. But I'm just saying I just have the freedom to make my own decisions here and govern my life the way that I want to live it now, because I decided to move away from my hometown and start over fresh here. I feel like I'm being so dramatic, but if you ever wanted to like reinvent yourself and just like start fresh and start new, maybe you just need a new beginning. Maybe you just need to try a new place. The next reason why I say that this was such a great experience and decision on my part is because it forced me to grow up. Like, quickly. Like, when I was at home, I was living for free. I wasn't paying no bills. I had no car insurance. I had no rent to pay. Thank God my parents didn't make me pay towards any of the bills in the house. I didn't pay my own phone bill. I was just living life. Like, I had no responsibilities. I didn't even cook. Like, I didn't even know how to cook when I first got down here. But moving down here and living by myself has just forced me to grow up. I had to learn what health insurance was. Like, bro, what? Just like grown-up things. Like, just things I took for granted that my parents were doing for me before. There's this trend going around on TikTok right now. Basically, it'll be like 2 slides. It'll be like me at 26 versus my parents at 26. The parents at 26 will be like 2 kids, a house, working your big girl job. And then it'll be like a screenshot of like a 26-year-old now asking their parents like, how do I book a doctor's appointment? Something like that. And I literally felt like that when I got here. I knew nothing. Basically, just moving down here just forced me to do that. And I can say, honestly, the biggest reason why I say moving away in my early 20s was such a good decision for myself is because the opportunities that I have experienced in Charlotte have been endless. And when I say opportunities, I'm not just talking about just like career opportunities. I'm talking about life learning opportunities. Like, I have learned so much lessons, like hard lessons since I moved down here in terms of like budgeting, acquiring debt, relationships. Like, I have learned how crazy some people can be and how sometimes you gotta distance yourself from crazy people. Like, I've just learned so many lessons, and I can go on and on and on and on about things that I've experienced here living on my own, but that'll be another video for another time. But also, when I'm talking about opportunities, I am talking about career as well. Since moving here, I've had 3 jobs. So my first 2 jobs kind of led me into the job that I have right now that I've had for over a year at this point that I absolutely love. And if I was still living at home, I kind of wouldn't have had those opportunities that I've had based in Charlotte, obviously. Here, that would have led me to the job that I'm in right now. So like, everything just happens for a reason. So I'm very appreciative for that. I've had the opportunity to meet so many people. I've had the opportunity to try so many different things that I probably would have not tried if I was still living in New York. There's like so many clubs that you can join here, like running club there is, for example. There's gyms, there's like cooking clubs. There's this thing that I actually really want to try. It's called the Black Pickleball Collective on Instagram. I think it's just like a pickleball club. Like, I really want to try that. Like, there's just so much opportunities here. So if you're looking to move to Charlotte, honestly, I feel like I'm selling it to you because there's so much things to do here. And so many people are moving here. And if you watch my previous like life updates, year 1, maybe year 2, I was like, I don't really like it here. I don't know if I'm gonna live here. I honestly still don't know if I'll ever like settle down here for sure. But as I'm staying here, I just feel very content. I feel very stable. I feel very happy. I feel very inspired. I feel like this is just a great decision for my life. And very like transparently, at the beginning of the year, I was praying for contentment. Like, I felt like I was always just looking for like the next best, greatest thing. And I really just prayed that I feel content in my life situation right now. And I actually really do right now. So if you ever needed a sign to do something that you're afraid of, because when I moved here, I was really afraid, honestly, take this as your sign. And if you are presented the opportunity, God willing, financially, and you just have the resources to be able to do it, I advise that every single person experience a new city in their 20s from the one that they actually grew up in, to develop into the greatest version of yourself that you possibly can. So I hope this video wasn't too long, and I hope you understand exactly where I'm coming from and why I say moving away in your 20s is such a good decision to make for yourself. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'm trying to hit 5K subscribers by my birthday, so hopefully we could do that soon. And comment below if any of this resonated with you. I really want to, engage with my audience. So yes, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will catch you guys in my next one. Bye.